Hey, it's Aaron. Today I'm with a 2023 Volvo V60 cross country. So the V60 comes in three formats. There is the cross country, which we're seeing here. There is the Polestar, which is this with a hybrid engine and about double the horsepower. And then there is the Recharge, which is the plug-in hybrid model of this. The Recharge is coming out later this year. The Polestar is out, I believe, right now. And this, of course, is the standard V60 cross country. Honestly, for my money, this is probably where I would go. The plug-in hybrid has a lot of efficiency, but it also has a pretty high price tag. This, however, is pretty well priced for a luxury vehicle. This is about $50,000, and you're looking at a station wagon with all the niceties that implies. So it drives like a car, it feels like a car, but it's weighted better because there is a little more weight in the back, and you have the utility of that cargo bay back there. I'll show you that later. So under the hood here, turbocharged 4-cylinder, putting out about 257, I believe is the number, horsepower. It's a very well done engine, mates with the transmission really nicely, and does a really good job of just always being sprightly but not in your face. It's fuel efficient and very well balanced. This is just a great car to drive because it's just an everyday car. It's not overdone in any way, and it's not underdone in any way. It's just really well balanced and done well. So changes for this year. The V60 was redesigned, I believe, it was 2019 or 2020. I think it was 2020. And this one here gets a little bit of a refresh. Front end is a little better. Side styling is a lot better. The cross country before was a little too much SUV. They tried to make the wheel gaps too big, tried to lift it a little too much. They've done away with that. It's much smoother, more classy styling going on here. So let's go around the side and talk about that. All right, so looking from the side, you can see that they de-emphasized how beefy the fenders are. They lowered the car a little bit, or at least changed the gaps. I believe they just changed the gaps. So you still have pretty good ground clearance. You still have all-wheel drive, of course, and you still have all of the stuff that made the cross country a great vehicle. Nice and versatile, does all the stuff that a crossover SUV would do without being a crossover SUV. So relevant for today's market. I really like just the smooth, plain, but classy styling they went with. So you have the usual Volvo hood, so you have a wide strip that gets narrower as it goes up. You have these guards over the fenders, which are there to give it that beefiness and appeal for that, but the fenders aren't nearly as bulbous. They used to stick out a lot more. And then you can see the doors are very simple. There's no line per se to run across, but there's this fold right here that runs all the way across. Very thin belt line, about a finger thick, running right here. And then you have, of course, the greenhouse and these really nice looking roof rails. They are not functional. I believe you can get functional ones. These aren't. Then you have the Volvo crease. This is what Volvo likes to create, a rear fender by starting a crease somewhere in this area. So on this one, it fades in right about here and runs across and gets a little thicker and a little thicker, ends at the tail light. That creates that rear fender. They did a wonderful job with the styling overall. I really like the look of it. You got this faux rocker panel down here. You do have this cutout on the door at the bottom, which kind of creates the feeling of a running board for that rocker panel. But just a smooth, really good looking design. It is freezing out here, so I have to keep my hands in my pockets as much as possible. But Just a wonderful design. Volvo did a really good job on this car, and I love station wagons, so I'm already biased anyway, right? So, all right, let's look at the working end, and then we'll talk about the interior and its heated seats and stuff, which I really want right now. So here we are at the back of the car. It does come out in a rounded flare back here, but the spoiler helps to mitigate that looking too much. This is, I guess, technically the B5. I don't know what that means because it's not really on any paperwork I'm seeing, but it is the all-wheel drive. And then, of course, it is Volvo, so you can swipe your foot, open the trunk, right? That's cool. To give perspective, and because I was too lazy to carry it in the house, that's a 40-pound bag of pellets for a pellet stove. That gives you an idea how much room there is here. That's a bag that got left in here. It has a bunch of cleaning supplies in it. But anyway, cargo area is very good. You have tie downs on every corner. You have a 12-volt plug back here. You got grocery hooks on either side up at the top. You have this cargo cover, which comes over here. And, you know, if you want to hide your cargo, there's nothing underneath here that you can use. It's the spare tire and stuff, so there's really no space down there. But you do have this milk, so you can put a milk jug in here with the net or whatever, something you don't want rolling around. And a ski pass-through, because Volvo still believes in that kind of stuff. So really well done back here. I really like this cargo space. It's simple, elegant, and useful. You can also adjust the height of this. I probably didn't point that out. But you can adjust the height of its opening. I don't know that you would need to. Can't think of a garage that's that short. So really well done. I like the cargo space, and that's really what matters in a station wagon. So let's go get inside and turn on the heated seats. I'm dying. Here's a quick view of the back seats. I'm not going to get in just because I really want to get in the front so I can turn on the heated stuff and whatever, but this is a very adult friendly back seat. I have no problem sitting in it even with that seat set for me at 6'3" in the front. So you have heated outboard seating back here and a few other goodies because of the trim package on this. So let's get in the front. Engine running, heated seats, thank you. Anyway, interior, very, very nice. This is a very pleasant vehicle to drive. It just feels natural, normal, and it's easy to understand. So it just drives nicely. It's very, very pleasant is the word I like to use. New infotainment is Google-based, so it's using Google's Google Auto or something, whatever they call it, as its backbones. That changes how it works a lot from the previous ones. I like it. So it takes a little while to understand it because it's new and we haven't seen it before, but it is nicely done. The main menu is easy to get because you just pop it up. It looks exactly like your phone. So very easy to just go, that's what I wanted, that app, whatever. This has both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Those are wireless. It also has the Google Assistant, so you can literally just push the button, ask it for something. Most of the time it will try to pull it off. It's most useful for navigation, but there are some other things you can maybe use it for. This particular model has a head-up display that's nicely done right there, and you have a lot of visibility. The mirrors are large. For a vehicle this size, giving you tons of visibility on either side, a very small blind spot. Makes up for the fact that looking over your shoulder, you get nothing. This pillar is in your way. You really can't see very much to the side, but those big mirrors help with that a lot. This mirror is nice, and the tunnel is not very long, so you don't really need any gimmicks to make it work. Just a nice setup in here. I love the wood inlay and the leather and all the other stuff. And the seats are extremely adjustable. You have 3 knobs down here. One does the back, one does the bottom, moving it back and forth and up and down. And the third one is a wheel. You turn that wheel on this screen, things will appear, and you can change the airbag settings for the side bolsters, the lumbar, these front thigh bolsters right here. You can change a lot of stuff and really personalize the car to you. And it remembers all of that when you set it in the memories, when you set your seat memory. So beautifully done. Really like this car. It's just a well done station wagon. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep rambling. Let's go wrap this up. All right, so there you have it. 2023 Volvo V60 cross country. Really nicely done car. As I said, my favorite word for this is pleasant. It's just pleasant to drive all the time. Nice and comfortable, good as just a daily, whether you're just running down to the supermarket or you're making that trip to grandma's house. This is a great vehicle. It just feels really good, and it's right sized for who it's aiming for. So nicely done. The new engine is a perfect match here. It's a good replacement for the, I believe it was a 6 that was in this before. Good replacement for that. So there you go. That's what I got. 2023 Volvo V60. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.